We are just completing our 115 remanufactured Evinrude. It's got to be shipped to Virginia. And we thought that we'd take this opportunity to explain to you how to start an older two-stroke carbureted motor. This system works really well. I have to walk my customers through it all the time in person, but it's got to take a little learning on your side. But once you know the two things I'm going to tell you, you're going to get better and better at starting the outboard. So we go to the boat launch a lot of times. People that are not our customers, we see them struggle, crank it over. And the ironic thing is, the more you have a hard time starting it and the more you crank it, the weaker your starter gets, and then it doesn't crank the motor over as fast, and it gets worse. So normally we have a fan on here, so when I do start it, it's probably gonna smoke, and the smoke's not gonna go out, because if I had the fan on, you wouldn't be able to hear me. So always, the first thing to do is pump up the ball until it's hard. That means your carburetor is full of fuel. The carburetor has to be full of fuel for it to start. And we normally advance the throttle like this. Okay, you can see that right there moving. And boom. Hooked it up to our shop throttle. Okay, so I'm going to do it wrong first, so you hear the symptom. You're going to hear, hopefully you're going to hear cough, cough. That's called a lean cough by most two-stroke technicians. Lean cough means too much air, not enough fuel. It's calling for more fuel. In this case, more choke or more enrichener. And honestly, the enrichener shoots fuel through these little hoses right to the back of the carburetor. So when I push this key in, hopefully you can hear it. It's very faint. That's opening the valve and shooting fuel down two little lines. We have another really complete video on this. It's called enrichener versus choke. So it's a good one to watch. There's a lot of good tips on how to operate this in that other video. But this is just starting it. So we're leaving the throttle all the way back, which we shouldn't. It's also 35 degrees in here, so it's winter time. It's a lot colder outside. So we're gonna just crank it. Actually, did not cough that time, but you can see it's a little rough. So what you got to hear, we call it a lean sneeze, and it goes cough, cough, cough. And if it does that, you choke it some more. Now, it smoked quite a bit, probably because I was showing you how to use that enrichener. So if it smokes too much and runs rough like it did just now, that means you choked it too much, which I've been choking you to show you how it works when I pump the ball up, so it just pumps right in there. So what you do then, and you're going to notice less smoke is going to come out. You rev it up a little bit, and you can go to about 2,000. Don't be scared of the little RPM on a two-stroke. The RPM's here. You want your RPM? Then it idles a lot smoother. And then we'll turn our fans on so we don't choke to death. We're good. Hopefully that helps you out. If you continue to have a hard time starting your two-stroke, send us a video. We can walk you through what you're doing wrong if the choke's not working. And if you're really having a hard time starting it, it's taking forever, just move this lever. It manually chokes the engine for you. So if you have a problem with the key switch, which is part of the switch that operates this, and it starts right up, you just diagnose the problem all by yourself. You need a new key switch or something in the harness to power this up.